Argentina, located in the southern region of South America, is known for its diverse landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and strong national identity. Bordered by the Andes Mountains to the west and the Atlantic Ocean to the east, Argentina boasts a range of natural wonders, including the iconic Patagonia region, the sprawling Pampas Plains, and the dramatic Iguazu Falls. Argentina's geographic position has contributed to its unique economy, where both agriculture and industry play central roles. A key feature of Argentine agriculture is its vast production of soybeans, beef, and wine, which has made it one of the largest agricultural exporters in the world. With fertile lands and a climate conducive to farming, Argentina's agricultural sector is not only an economic backbone, but also a symbol of national pride. Argentina's economy is characterized by its cyclical booms and recessions, largely influenced by political and financial stability. The country's gross domestic product, GDP, is approximately $640 billion, ranking it as one of the largest economies in Latin America. However, Argentina has faced challenges with inflation and debt, which have impacted the country's growth. Despite these hurdles, Argentina has a GDP per capita of around $13,000, with significant disparities in income levels across urban and rural areas. The country's industrial sector is diverse, with a focus on manufacturing, automotive production, and, more recently, technology and renewable energy. While agriculture remains a dominant export, other industries have shown resilience and growth potential, particularly in response to global demands. Life in Argentina is defined by a strong sense of community and a vibrant social culture. People enjoy gatherings with family and friends, often centered around shared meals and traditions like asado or Argentine barbecue. The Argentine lifestyle is influenced by European and indigenous heritage, evident in its language, customs, and architecture. Buenos Aires, the capital, is a bustling metropolis known for its café culture, tango music, and unique blend of classical and modern architecture. Argentines take great pride in their cultural icons, such as tango music and dance, which originated in Buenos Aires and is a testament to the nation's creative spirit. Social gatherings, especially around football games, reflect the communal and passionate nature of Argentine life, as soccer is more than just a sport here. It's a national passion that unites the country. Argentina's economic history is marked by periods of growth and stability followed by severe downturns, often tied to shifts in government policies and global economic changes. In the mid-20th century, the leadership of Juan Domingo Perón set a new course for Argentina with policies emphasizing industrialization, labor rights, and social welfare, aiming to create an economically self-sufficient and socially equal society. Perón's policies attracted strong support from the working class, but also deep opposition from certain business and elite circles due to their populist and interventionist nature. These policies helped build the foundation for Argentina's industrial sector, but they also led to inflation and fiscal deficits. After Perón's removal from power, Argentina experienced a period of instability as successive governments struggled to balance economic growth with fiscal responsibility. The cycle of military and civilian governments exacerbated economic volatility, resulting in various economic policies that either stimulated growth or led to debt accumulation and inflation. The economic crises of the 1980s and early 2000s are notable examples of the severe impact that financial instability and policy decisions have had on Argentina. In the 1980s, hyperinflation reached unprecedented levels, with inflation peaking at over 3,000% in 1989. This led to a significant loss of wealth and eroded the public's trust in the government's ability to manage the economy. In response, the government implemented the convertibility plan in 1991, which pegged the Argentine peso to the US dollar, bringing temporary relief by stabilizing prices and restoring foreign investment. However, this plan also restricted the country's ability to respond flexibly to economic shocks, leading to the collapse of the peso in 2001. The economic crisis that followed was one of the worst in Argentina's history, with poverty levels soaring above 50% and massive unemployment. Despite these challenges, Argentina managed a recovery in the years that followed by implementing growth-oriented policies, driven largely by the country's agricultural exports and a favorable international commodity market. However, the economic cycles of growth and crisis have continued, underscoring the challenges Argentina faces in building long-term economic stability. Argentina's economy is highly diversified, with agriculture and agro-industry standing as its historic backbone. The nation is one of the world's largest producers of soybeans, corn, and wheat, and its beef is widely renowned for both quality and quantity, contributing significantly to export revenue. The Pampas region, known for its fertile plains, has long been the center of Argentina's agricultural activity, making the country a crucial player in global food markets. In recent years, technological advancements in farming and a focus on sustainable practices have further boosted the productivity of Argentina's agro-industry. Soybean production alone accounts for nearly 30% of Argentina's total exports, with China as a major buyer. However, the sector also faces challenges from fluctuating commodity prices and government export taxes, which are often imposed to control inflation but impact farmers' profitability. Argentina's mining and energy sectors have grown in importance, especially as global demand for lithium rises. The country forms part of the Lithium Triangle, a region shared with Bolivia and Chile that holds over half of the world's lithium reserves. With electric vehicle production surging globally, Argentina is positioned to become a key supplier of lithium, which is essential for batteries. In addition to lithium, the mining industry is focused on gold, copper, and silver, making Argentina a potential investment hub in the region. The country's energy sector is also noteworthy. It possesses one of the largest shale oil and gas reserves in the world at Vaca Muerta. Efforts to tap into these reserves could eventually reduce Argentina's reliance on energy imports and create jobs, although infrastructure and investment challenges remain obstacles to full development. The services sector, including tourism, finance, and technology, has emerged as a vital component of Argentina's economy. Tourism brings in billions annually, with visitors drawn to diverse destinations such as the Patagonia region, Buenos Aires, and the wine-producing province of Mendoza. Buenos Aires, known for its European-style architecture, vibrant culture, and tango music, attracts millions of tourists each year, adding considerably to the local economy. Additionally, Argentina has positioned itself as a tech hub in Latin America, with a growing number of software and services exports. The technology sector's growth has been driven by a highly educated workforce and government incentives aimed at fostering innovation and digitalization. This development has led to an increasing demand for skilled labor and has positioned Argentina as an attractive location for outsourcing services, helping diversify its economy and adding resilience against traditional economic volatility. The Argentine peso has a long and complex history marked by numerous redenominations and devaluations as the country has struggled with inflation for decades. Argentina's currency issues trace back to the mid-20th century, with particularly acute periods of hyperinflation in the 1970s and 1980s that eroded public trust in the peso as a stable store of value. To address rampant inflation, the government introduced a new peso in 1992, pegged to the US dollar through the convertibility plan, which stabilized the economy for a time. However, this dollar peg limited Argentina's ability to manage its monetary policy independently and made it vulnerable to external shocks. In 2001, economic pressures led to the collapse of the currency peg, sparking a severe economic crisis that left many Argentines in financial hardship and renewed distrust in the peso. Today, inflation remains one of Argentina's most pressing economic challenges, with annual inflation rates consistently among the highest in the world, recently surpassing 100% in 2023. This persistent inflation is driven by multiple factors, including government spending, currency devaluation, and external debt obligations, which make it difficult to achieve long-term stability. The Central Bank of Argentina has employed various measures, such as raising interest rates and controlling the money supply, to try to curb inflation, but these efforts have seen limited success in the face of structural economic issues. Additionally, the government frequently implements price controls and subsidies to shield citizens from the impact of rising prices on essential goods, though such measures are often temporary solutions that fail to address the underlying causes of inflation. As a result, Argentines frequently turn to the US dollar as a store of value, contributing to a parallel currency market and further complicating efforts to stabilize the peso. Argentina's trade and foreign relations are fundamental to its economic structure, with key trading partners that include Brazil, China, and the United States. Brazil is Argentina's largest trading partner, particularly significant for exports of automotive parts and vehicles due to a shared trade in manufactured goods facilitated by geographic proximity and economic integration within the Mercosur bloc. China, on the other hand, is Argentina's top destination for agricultural exports, especially soybeans and beef, and has become a crucial partner for technology and infrastructure investments. The United States remains a significant partner as well, particularly for exports of commodities like wine and imports of industrial products. These relationships underscore the diversity of Argentina's economic ties and its reliance on both regional and global markets. Argentina's involvement in Mercosur, the South American trade bloc that includes Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay, plays a critical role in its trade policy and regional influence. Mercosur was established to promote free trade and fluid movement of goods, services, and capital among its members, and it remains central to Argentina's trade strategy. Through Mercosur, Argentina has negotiated trade agreements with other regions, including the European Union, although some negotiations are still pending. While Mercosur offers market access, it also imposes certain trade policy restrictions, which some in Argentina view as limiting the country's ability to negotiate bilateral deals independently. Beyond Mercosur, Argentina has trade agreements with other countries and regions, and it is actively seeking ways to diversify its export markets. Balancing its commitments within Mercosur while pursuing new trade opportunities reflects Argentina's strategic effort to boost exports, attract investment, and stimulate economic growth amidst ongoing economic challenges. Argentina's history with public debt is complex and marked by cycles of borrowing, default, and restructuring. The country's debt issues date back decades, with notable crises in the 1980s, 2001, and most recently in 2018, when Argentina sought a historic $57 billion loan from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to stabilize its economy amid rising inflation and a sharp currency devaluation. The 2001 debt crisis remains one of the most severe in Argentina's history, resulting in a default on $93 billion in debt and leading to widespread poverty and unemployment. Since then, Argentina has restructured its debt multiple times, most recently in 2020, when it reached an agreement with creditors to restructure $65 billion in foreign debt. However, the underlying challenges of managing public finances and debt persist, as the government must balance fiscal needs with the realities of inflation and limited revenue growth. Fiscal policy in Argentina has been characterized by high levels of government spending, often aimed at subsidizing key sectors and protecting citizens from the effects of inflation. Social welfare programs, subsidies on energy and transportation, and other public expenditures have contributed to a high budget deficit, which the government has historically financed through borrowing and money printing, exacerbating inflation. Relations with the IMF play a significant role in Argentina's fiscal management, as IMF loan agreements often include requirements for reducing the budget deficit, controlling inflation, and implementing economic reforms. For instance, the 2018 IMF loan agreement stipulated fiscal austerity measures, though meeting these targets has proven challenging. Despite renegotiations, IMF involvement is frequently met with public opposition in Argentina, as many view IMF-prescribed austerity as conflicting with national priorities. Consequently, Argentina's fiscal strategy continues to navigate the difficult terrain between meeting domestic demands and maintaining international financial credibility, a balancing act that significantly influences its economic trajectory. Social and economic inequality in Argentina remains a pressing issue, with substantial income disparities and high poverty rates affecting large segments of the population. As of 2023, Argentina's poverty rate is estimated to be above 40%, with approximately 1 in 4 households living in conditions of extreme poverty. Income distribution is highly uneven, with the wealthiest 10% of the population holding a significant portion of the nation's wealth, while the bottom 40% struggles to meet basic needs. Urban centers like Buenos Aires generally offer more economic opportunities and higher wages compared to rural areas, where access to stable employment and public services can be limited. This imbalance exacerbates poverty and social exclusion in rural regions, where many depend on informal work and subsistence farming, which offer limited income security. Additionally, Argentina's inflation rates, which have consistently exceeded 50% annually, disproportionately affect low-income households who spend a larger share of their income on essentials, such as food and housing. To address these disparities, Argentina has implemented a range of social policies focused on poverty reduction, education, and access to health services. Programs such as the Universal Child Allowance, AUH, which provides financial support to low-income families with children, aim to alleviate poverty and encourage school attendance. Additionally, there are subsidies for essential services, including gas and electricity, which help mitigate the effects of inflation on household budgets. However, the effectiveness of these policies is often undermined by limited fiscal resources and the government's high levels of debt, which restrict the capacity for extensive social investment. Moreover, social inequality is also evident in educational attainment and job opportunities, with higher quality schools and well-paying jobs concentrated in urban areas, contributing to a cycle of poverty for rural and low-income communities. Despite these challenges, the Argentine government continues to prioritize social spending, though achieving significant reductions in poverty and inequality remains a complex and ongoing endeavor. Argentina's labor market is shaped by both structural challenges and a strong tradition of organized labor. Unemployment rates have remained relatively high, hovering around 7 to 10% in recent years, with youth unemployment reaching even higher levels. Additionally, job insecurity and underemployment are widespread issues, affecting workers' access to stable income and social protections. The informal economy plays a significant role in Argentina's labor market, with estimates suggesting that around 40% of workers are employed informally, lacking benefits such as health insurance, paid leave, and retirement contributions. This informality contributes to economic vulnerability, as workers without formal employment status are often more exposed to economic downturns and inflation. Informal employment is particularly prevalent in rural areas and among lower-skilled workers who have fewer opportunities in Argentina's formal economy, where labor market entry barriers can be higher. Unions hold a significant influence in Argentina, and the country has a long history of organized labor, especially within sectors like manufacturing, education, and public services. Argentina's unions, many of which are highly organized and politically influential, have played a critical role in shaping labor policies and advocating for workers' rights, including wage negotiations, workplace safety, and benefits. In recent years, unions have been active in negotiating wage adjustments to keep pace with Argentina's high inflation rates, attempting to prevent real wage erosion. However, while unionized sectors have seen some protection against inflation, the power of unions can also lead to labor market rigidity, making it challenging for businesses to adapt to economic changes. Additionally, the strong union presence is largely confined to the formal economy, leaving informal workers without collective bargaining power. As a result, The benefits gained through union negotiations are not extended to the large portion of the workforce engaged in informal employment, perpetuating disparities in income and job security across Argentina's labor market. Argentina's agricultural sector is a cornerstone of its economy, particularly through its dominant role in the global soybean market. The country ranks among the top soybean producers worldwide, with soybean and its byproducts accounting for nearly 30% of Argentina's total exports. Most soybean production is concentrated in the Pampas region, where fertile soil and favorable climate conditions had allowed Argentina to become a major supplier of soybean oil and meal to international markets, particularly China and the European Union. However, reliance on soybean exports also makes Argentina vulnerable to global commodity price fluctuations and changes in international demand. For example, shifts in China's agricultural policy or increased competition from other soybean producers, such as Brazil and the United States, can significantly impact Argentina's export revenues. Moreover, government-imposed export taxes on soybeans have been a point of contention between producers and the government, as these taxes are a key source of government revenue, but also affect farmers' profit margins. In addition to soybeans, Argentina is well known for its high-quality beef, grains, and wine production. Argentine beef has a strong international reputation, especially in markets across Europe and Asia, where demand for high-quality meat remains steady. Beef exports reached over 800,000 tons in recent years, with China being the largest consumer. Grain production, particularly corn and wheat, also plays a significant role in Argentina's agricultural exports, making it one of the world's leading grain suppliers. Argentina is additionally recognized for its wine industry, especially in the Mendoza region, which produces Malbec wines renowned for their flavor and quality. However, the agricultural sector faces challenges from climate variability and government policies, which can impact both productivity and profitability. International market fluctuations also play a significant role, as rising interest rates globally or changing trade policies can affect demand for Argentine exports. Nevertheless, the sector continues to be a critical source of revenue, employment, and international recognition for Argentina, contributing to its reputation as a key player in global agricultural markets. Argentina's energy sector holds significant potential due to its rich reserves of oil, natural gas, and lithium, as well as its growing focus on renewable energy. The Vaca Muerta Formation, located in the Neuquén Basin, contains one of the largest shale oil and gas reserves globally and has attracted international attention as a major source of energy production. Although tapping into these reserves has proven challenging due to infrastructure and investment requirements, recent advancements and foreign investments are gradually helping to boost production. In 2023, oil production from Vaca Muerta accounted for a considerable portion of Argentina's output, positioning the country to reduce its dependency on imported energy. Argentina's natural gas reserves also offer domestic and regional supply potential, particularly for neighboring countries in Latin America. The government has been making strides toward encouraging renewable energy, aiming for 20% of the country's energy to be derived from renewables by 2025, with significant investments in wind and solar power, especially in the Patagonian and northwestern regions. Lithium mining has emerged as a major component of Argentina's natural resource strategy, as global demand for lithium, the core mineral for electric vehicle batteries and other technologies, continues to rise. Argentina, part of the lithium triangle with Bolivia and Chile, holds substantial lithium reserves, particularly in the salt flats of the Northwest. This has placed Argentina at the center of a booming market, with large-scale investment from international corporations seeking to secure lithium supplies. By 2024, Argentina is expected to become one of the top 3 lithium producers worldwide, contributing significantly to the global lithium supply chain. However, the rapid growth of lithium extraction raises environmental concerns, including water usage and land disruption in arid regions. Balancing economic gains with environmental sustainability has become a priority for policymakers, who are exploring strategies for responsible mining practices that protect local ecosystems and water resources. This balance is crucial, as the global transition toward renewable energy and electric vehicles offers Argentina a unique opportunity for growth if managed sustainably.